Number 1. Starting from the very beginning, Scream Queens was initially conceptualized as a spin-off of American Horror Story Coven, seemingly centered around Emma Roberts' character from the show, Madison Montgomery. Ryan Murphy said, "At one point we had talked about spinning that show off on its own, because we love the characters and doing it so much, but we decided that that was not the truth of that show. American Horror Story is really a reinvention every season, and we wanted to stay true to that. So that's when it really started for us to percolate. This also serves as a possible explanation as to why Chanel Oberlin and Madison Montgomery are so similar." Number 2. While Chanel Oberlin does have a similar personality to Madison Montgomery, the actual inspiration for the character was the infamous University of Maryland sorority sister that wrote the controversial email that went viral in 2013. Number 3. In the first half of the first season finale, also known as episode 12 titled Dorcas, this same email is referenced when Chanel Oberlin herself writes a similarly worded email to her own sorority sisters. Number 4. Ryan Murphy has stated that he wouldn't have done the show if Jamie Lee Curtis did not sign on. Ryan asked JLC to be a part of the project before he had even finished writing the first script, saying, "We simply told her what the story was, and we just led with our love and passion for her, and said in the meeting, if you don't do it, we're not going to do the show." Number 5. Luckily, Jamie Lee Curtis and Emma Roberts were the first 2 cast members that signed on for main roles. Number 6. Straight off the cuffs of American Horror Story Freak Show giving FX its highest ratings in history, sister channel Fox picked up Scream Queens for a straight-to-series 15-episode season. The episode order would later be reduced to 13. Number 7. Before actor Oliver Hudson signed on to play Wes Gardner, Joe Manganiello was signed on to play that role. However, scheduling conflicts caused him to leave the show. Number 8. After it received the series order from Fox, Scream Queens was described as an anthological horror comedy show that would focus on 2 female leads each season. This obviously would change before Scream Queens got its second season, as Scream Queens turned out to be semi-anthological, with the plot revolving around the same characters with a different location each season. Number 9. Back before a majority of the scripts were even written, 20th Century Fox trademarked 2 possible subtitles for the show. And by subtitles, I mean like what they use in every season of American Horror Story. Season 1 was to be titled Scream Queens Sorority Row. At the same time, Fox went ahead and trademarked a title for a potential second season's theme, Scream Queens Summer Camp. Who knows, maybe this was genuinely the original concept for the second season, or maybe the creators just threw that out there when Fox prompted them for potential future season ideas, way back when the show was set to be more purely anthological. Number 10. Similarly, the now iconic sorority Kappa Kappa Tau was originally supposed to be called Kappa Nu Tau, as the acronym looks a lot like a curse word that turned out to be a little too on the nose, even for Scream Queens. The original name can be seen in early promos for the show, and either due to the name being a bit too explicit for network television, or due to the creators wanting to go with something more realistic, the name was changed. Number 11. The show was created by Ryan Murphy, Brad Falchuk, and Ian Brennan. This trio had previously created Fox's mega hit Glee, and Scream Queens went into development just as Glee was heading into its 6th and final season. Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk also teamed up to create American Horror Story. Number 12. While writing the first season, Ryan, Brad, and Ian were very careful and detailed with making sure every death made sense and did not eliminate any possible suspects from the audience's perspective. Brad Falchuk, who wrote 13 out of the series' 23 episodes, explained this process by saying, "We're very careful to have somebody go through the script all the time and try to understand who was attacked, when they were attacked, why they were attacked, and if it's possible that we are eliminating anyone as a suspect by doing this." Number 13. The first season of the show went into production in March of 2015 with a month-and-a-half break between filming the pilot and the rest of the season. The first season was filmed in New Orleans, Louisiana. Number 14. The exterior shots for the Kappa Kappa Tau sorority house is located a few blocks away from American Horror Story Coven's Tau Omega Alpha sorority house. Number 15. The scenes that take place on the fictional campus of Wallace University were filmed at real-life Tulane University in New Orleans, also within a few blocks of the filming locations for Kappa Kappa Tau, as well as Tau Omega Alpha. Number 16. While writing for the 8th episode of the first season, Brad Falchuk was unsure if he could include a scene paying homage to Janet Leigh's iconic shower scene from Hitchcock's Psycho. The scene would have Jamie Lee Curtis, who happens to be Janet's daughter. However, Curtis was on board. Falchuk stated, "I wrote it and then got a text from her very quickly after she read the script. Her text was, "We need to do this shot for shot." Number 17. Speaking of the original Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis has stated that during most of her scenes on the show, she was holding a pushpin between her finger and her thumb in order to keep herself from laughing. Number 18. During filming, the masked Red Devil was portrayed by stuntman Riley Schmidt, who also portrayed Season 2's Green Meanie, and the Rubberman from American Horror Story, Murder House, and Apocalypse. Number 19. Prior to the episode's airing, many scenes from the first 2 episodes of the series were leaked online, including the death scenes of Chanel No. 2 and Deaf Taylor Swift. Number 20. In Season 1, Episode 5, titled Pumpkin Patch, a main title sequence is used for the first and only time in the series. The main titles feature the entire main cast as well as an original song performed by Heather Haywood. The track is titled You Belong to Me and was written by Heather Haywood alongside the show's composer Matt Quayle and executive producer Alexis Martin Woodall. Number 21. Despite uncertainty that the show would get renewed for a second season, on January 15, 2016, Fox ordered another round of Scream Queens. The second season contained 10 episodes and switched locations from the Kappa Kappa Tau sorority house to the Cure Institute, a hospital dedicated to curing incurable diseases. The production location was also switched from New Orleans to Los Angeles. Number 22. Every single cast member that survived the first season continued their roles into the second season, aside from Skylar Samuels, who decided to skip the second season in order to finish her degree at Stanford. This fact is even brought up into the show when Wes Gardner references that Samuels' character, Grace, is a patient at Stanford Mental Asylum after the events of Season 1's caught up to her mental health. Number 23. While the cast and crew were filming some pivotal scenes from the 9th episode of Season 2 titled Love in the D, a few major spoilers were revealed when a production call sheet was leaked online. The call sheet was posted to the Instagram story of a production assistant who was unaware of the major spoilers she was leaking. This leak occurred between the airing of Blood Drive and The Hand, so the call sheet revealed to fans that Wes Gardner was returning to the series after he had been absent since the finale of Season 1. But that's not all. It was also revealed that Wes Gardner was the Green Meanie, and it also revealed that he would die in the fry oil. So basically, the entirety of Wes's Season 2 story arc was leaked weeks in advance just by this one call sheet. To make matters worse, up until this point, no one knew that Oliver Hudson was even joining the second season in a guest role capacity. Number 24. Similarly, on the morning of November 22nd, 2016, Season 2, Episode 6, titled Blood Drive, was released on iTunes hours before it was scheduled to air on television. Later that day, the episode was taken down, but the damage was done. The entire episode was leaked, revealing Ingrid Hoffel's connection to Season 1's Agatha Bean, as well as Hoffel's team-up with Casti Cascade as the second known Green Meanie. Yes, this means Casti was the only killer whose identity was not revealed ahead of schedule. This mistake was likely a factor in Blood Drive being the least viewed episode of Scream Queens' history in terms of live ratings. That was until 3 episodes later, where Love in the D secured the title as the lowest rated episode. Number 25. Throughout its run, Scream Queens had featured a lot of former SNL cast members. Okay, so far all of these facts that I've named have come from my memory, but I've also found sources, like interviews or articles or whatever, to confirm. But no one else online appears to have noticed this and put it into writing, so this maybe is brand new information, but probably not. But every single former SNL cast member that appeared on Scream Queens share the same fate of being decapitated. Firstly, Nassim Pedrad, who played Gigi Caldwell in Season 1, was decapitated in what was probably my favorite episode of the show, Thanksgiving. Next, Cecily Strong was decapitated by the Green Meanie in the Season 2 premiere episode titled Scream Again. Not long after, SNL alum Sherry O'Terry's character named Sheila was decapitated by Wes's Green Meanie in Episode 3, Handidates. That's probably one of my favorite pieces of Scream Queens trivia, so let me know if I wasn't the only person to notice this, or if I missed one somehow. Moving on to our final fact, number 26. Since its cancellation in 2017, the show has sparked revival rumors after co-creator Ryan Murphy himself posted that he was interested in getting the gang back together in February of 2019. If you want to learn all about that, check out my whole video on it, speculating on whether the revival will actually happen or not, and who's down to do it if they have it. Unfortunately, since February, the only piece of hope that we've been given is Emma Roberts liking a comment. But there's still hope in my heart, and you can watch that video to see why. Alright, that's the list. If you want me to do this with any other shows, let me know in the comments. I also have an unhealthy amount of Scream Queens trivia, so I could easily do a part 2 of this video if you guys want. Be sure to give this video a like if you learned anything at all, and comment below the fact that surprised you the most, and also tell me if I missed anything. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you soon.